Hey, what's up? This is Joe. In this video, I'm going to kind of take you on a breakdown of a typical day in the life, how I manage to do certain everyday things while living in the woods, how I structure my day, riding around on my motorcycle, and ultimately sitting down to a delicious home-cooked meal in the great outdoors. All right, so it's about 8 a.m. now. Typically, as soon as I wake up, I sit down and do 20 minutes of meditation. Kind of just helps me get in a good headspace for the day. So, and after that, the number one thing is I gotta have my coffee. I usually don't even bother warming it up. Typically, what I'll do is just take an empty bottle like this, get a individual package of instant coffee, throw it in the bottle, add a little water, shake it up. If it was like freezing outside, I would take the trouble and heat up the water, just because I think hot beverages kind of warm you up, but you know, it's like 65 degrees. It's not really necessary to warm it up. And the thing I do next is walk over here and get my trash out of the tree. I hang all my trash in the tree at night just to keep any critters away. I'm really pleased to see that I'm virtually invisible from practically all angles in this sort of thicket right here. Can't even really begin to see the camp until you come right on it. All right, next I kind of take a look at the condition of my camp before I leave. There was a pretty strong wind that kicked up yesterday and kind of messed up some of this, so I'm just going to fix this real quick. Grab my trash, put it on top here under my bungee net. All right, so now that I've gotten my camp kind of squared away and collected all of my trash, I'm gonna go ahead and head into town, sit down, drink some more coffee, and work on my computer for a couple hours. All right, so loath as I am to support a lot of major corporations, pretty much everybody in this place already knows me. I got my same table I go to every day and get a coffee and a couple of sausage patties. And I'll just kind of sit there and upload the footage that I just took and sit there and start chopping something into a video. Morning.
Another day at the rat race.
That's right. Thank you.
Just when you think you're winning a long, hungry, fast rat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
That's good.
Yeah, a little slow day, but we'll get through it.
Okay. Well, slow is good sometimes.
Yeah. Right, there we go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All righty. Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks. Did not intend to be in there as long as I was, but I tried to install a software update on my MacBook. That completely went kaput. So I've been on the phone with the people from Apple for a while, and finally I think got it squared away. But one of my external hard drives is not working on my computer, so whatever, there goes 2 terabytes worth of footage, I guess. But I'm walking over here to the grocery store and gonna think about something to eat for dinner, as well as something I can get for like a small lunch. Lunchtime. Just got a couple of these roasted chicken quarters from the grocery store deli. So I'm just gonna kind of hang out here in the shade. And then after I finish this, I got one more thing I need to do today, which is run by the post office. I've got a bunch of like extra clothes and stuff I'm tired of carrying around. So I'm gonna package that stuff up and send it back home. That way I don't have to deal with it. All right, so in here are just some things that I find myself not really using. Clothes I'm not wearing, extra glasses case, which is something I never use, and some nicotine lozenges. So I've been doing these lozenges for quite a while, but I was horrified when I learned that these are absolutely packed with aspartame, which just kind of really has a lot of bad implications as far as overall health. So I'm on like day 2 of doing the patches, and it's not quite enough. At some point I might use the lozenges, we'll see. But for now, I want all this aspartame out of my system.
What's the address of Fort Card? In the box over in
Well, this wasn't a particularly fun-filled day in town. I did get some stuff done that needed to be done, like motorcycles. Computers have a tendency to break down, although in the case of Apple, it doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to mosey on back to camp, work on my computer for a bit, take a shower, and then get started on dinner. All right, so this is my little $12 solar shower. I usually take this into town and fill it up, usually when I do laundry, and fill it up at the laundromat. But since I don't need to do any laundry anytime soon, I just went ahead and sacrificed $1 and got an extra jug of water to throw in there. The best way that I've found for getting a shower out here and using the least amount of water possible, I'll first go and just kind of run the water over me, get wet. As a washcloth, I'll take one sock, get it nice and soapy, and then kind of scrub off with that, and then go ahead and rinse off. You use about maybe 3/4 of a gallon, maybe a little more. I'm also wearing my swim trunks just so I don't catch an indecent exposure charge in the event that somebody comes hiking through here. I doubt that's going to happen, but better safe than sorry. Woo. There's nothing like a good shower while you're living in the woods. I don't really hold a lot of hope for my nicotine patch. It did get wet, but I'm going to see if it'll maybe dry out a little bit, if the adhesive will adhere a little better. So now I'm going to grab my laptop and get done some of the work that I wasn't able to do earlier because my computer was on the fritz. Where are you going, buddy? You smell a female? He's on the scent. I'm gonna follow him and see where he goes. Kind of curious about this. Sure was in a hurry. I'm happy to say I got maybe 70% of the rough outline done for my next video. So over the course of the next 3 or 4 days, I'm going to go back through the footage I've got, chop everything together, record any voiceover audio if need be, until ultimately I get it into more or less of a coherent product, hopefully by this Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So meanwhile, it's been a very productive day, so I'm about ready for a little bit of the Vagabond Gourmet. So today's recipe is going to be liver and onions with sauteed mushrooms, garlic and herb butter, half and half, and a spritz of lime. This has been thawing out for since I picked it up, maybe 4 hours. It's just about completely thawed out. So I'm going to rinse this off with some water, soak it in some half and half. While I wait for that to soak, I'm going to go ahead and chop up my onion and get everything else ready. All right, so I'm going to carry this far away from my camp. Wild animals are irresistibly drawn to the smell of liver. They always say to wash it off. I don't know if it really needs to be, but I'm going to do it anyway. Kind of get this liver covered with the half and half. I'm going to kind of reserve about half of this. I'll just kind of set this aside. All right, so now I'm going to dice up about half of this onion that I bought. I was going to use a lemon, but all the lemons at the supermarket were like really soft and kind of shriveled up, but the limes are really good, so same difference. Interestingly enough, there's no seeds in that. So anyway, I'm going to let this liver marinate for about another 30 minutes and then go ahead and move on to the next step. Now what I'm going to do is get my chopped up onion. I also got these mushrooms which are seasoned with herbs and garlic. Go ahead and saute those up with some of this avocado oil spray. Oh yeah, those seasoned mushrooms smell good. Oh yeah, baby. Alrighty, so these are just about done. You can see I got a nice caramelization on the onions. They're sort of translucent, and the mushrooms are soft. I got this Kerrygold garlic and herb butter, so I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of that and throw it in there just to finish the last bit of the cooking process for these. Now I'll go ahead and set these aside, hopefully without burning myself or spilling all of my delicious stuff all over the woods out here. Get a little bit more avocado oil. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my liver one piece at a time. Very important with liver not to cook it too long. It's got a very low threshold. If you overcook it, it gets kind of rubbery. All right, the liver seems to be about done once you start seeing the juices coming through the top surface. So these are about ready. I'm gonna go ahead and set them aside. All right, just had to switch cameras about midway through. Incidentally, let me know in the comments below which camera you preferred, camera A or camera B. Just let me know which one you like better. Last piece of liver. That's absolutely hotter than hell. Scissors, I find, usually the easiest thing chopping up meat, as liver's cooked perfect. All right, get this guy going. More stable to do this with the pot on the stump. All right, a couple more tablespoons of butter. Turn the flame way down low. A little bit more butter, why not? This recipe, by the way, keto friendly, except for the onions. The onions have a little bit of a sugar content. All right, so now this is about a half a pint left of this. I'm gonna add maybe half of this, and it's gonna make almost kind of a French cream and butter sauce. Oh yeah. Now while I'm letting that simmer for a while, I'm gonna go ahead and add some pink Himalayan sea salt. I'm gonna give it a spritz of lime. I was gonna add pepper to this, but I forgot to pick some up at the grocery store. So in lieu of pepper, I'm gonna use this fire roasted garlic and habanero sauce, which is made by Melinda's. And that'll give it a little bit of a kick. All right, let's see what we got. I feel like with this dish, I've earned the title of the Vagabond Gourmet. This is absolutely fantastic. About as close to fine dining as you can get in the woods. Liver's got a very strong flavor, so people will typically soak it in milk or buttermilk. This is absolutely out of this world. Now I finished cooking. I got my dishes back there soaking. I'm gonna go ahead back to my tree where I hang all my trash. Typically after dinner, what I like to do is just kind of go for a short walk. You know, if I see something interesting, I'll take some video. My day is not always this rigidly structured or busy, and that meal that I cooked is a little more complicated than stuff that I would normally cook out here. I got this kind of a book idea that has been swirling around in my head for a little while. So what I've been doing for about the last 25 days is sitting down and typing 1,000 words. I'd eventually like to publish something along the lines of sort of a how-to guide and some of the adventures that I used to have before I decided to start a YouTube channel. When and if this thing gets published is anybody's guess, but I'll probably look into kind of an Amazon deal. It just seems like the simplest way to get it out there. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully at some point it'll be available. We'll see, but all right, so to quote the movie Airplane, apparently I picked the wrong day to give up nicotine lozenges. Almost since it began, this day has been a total fiasco, especially with my computer being on the fritz and totally threw a wrench into all the plans. But I got it done. I got my 1,000 words typed, got my dishes done. I think that just about wraps her up. So this brings me to what is absolutely my favorite part of the day, which is when I sit down and do absolutely nothing except read a book. The time that I spend reading is just absolutely sacred. I'm a pretty slow reader, but nevertheless, I tend to read about 2 books a month on average. Right now, I've been going through kind of a kick on the classics in American literature. So thus far, I've read The Great Gatsby, The Grapes of Wrath, and I'm now reading Moby Dick, which was a little hard to get into. He uses a lot of sort of antiquated phrasing, but after getting into it, it's absolutely a fantastic story. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And as usual, I've included an optional donate link in the drop box for anybody that might like to contribute to this project. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.